What's going on, guys? We're looking at S&P 500 2000 tick chart, and the market has been trading higher since the overnight open. We pushed above the EMA and we continue trading higher and higher. EMA is putting up higher, prices are fitting inside of this trend line, and the market keeps making higher highs and higher lows. So what I'm thinking right now is I'm only going to be looking for reasons to go long. There is no bearish momentum strong whatsoever. Tiny little pullbacks, probably people taking their profits. So this is only stay in long uptrend. Alright, so I just entered my first trade. I'm going to put my stop loss one tick below this signal bar. As you can see, I have my automated strategy in place, which will automatically put my target profit and my stop loss at the place where they need to be. I'm going to be scalping for 10 ticks, and I'm going to be leaving my one contract as a runner. This right here, this is just a runner, a gravy, as a bonus position in case market does something unexpected. But the main portion of my trade is this scalp portion, 3 contracts right here. But why I took this trade? Just as I mentioned in the pre-market analysis, this is a strong uptrend. There's no denying this is a strong uptrend. So when we are looking at the uptrend, we will only want to be thinking and looking for reasons to go long, but we just don't want to go long anywhere on the chart at the no man's land. What we want to do, we want to go long at the high probability key entry points, and key entry points are either trend lines, support and resistance lines, or the EMA. So I waited for 2-legged pullback to the EMA. This is the first leg. This right here, this is the first leg, pullback, second leg. So market moves in twos. 2-legged pullback is a very high probability setup that you will see on your chart. But more importantly, this is the first break of this bigger uptrend. And after trend line will break, prices will attempt to make a new extreme. So once we broke this trend line, I'm expecting for traders to come in and buy with me and make a new high. Now, we have this downtrend working lower, and at the same time I need to pay attention to this downtrend. We have a break and a new low, so this downtrend played out and I'm safe now to be looking for longs. But more importantly, to add even more credence to this trade, we have this congestion right here. Look at all these bars going sideways next to each other. A lot of stims, a lot of dojis. This is the first break of this downtrend, congestion, and the second leg down. This is a failed break below this congestion, and most breakouts of trading ranges of these congestions will fail. So not only I'm buying the bounce of the EMA, this is a 2-legged pullback, we are in an uptrend, we're waiting for a new high, I'm also fading the congestion breakout. And technically the second entry long trigger right here, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, but this is a horrible looking doji bar and you're far away from EMA. You're far away from key entry point. You want to be buying at the key entry point, not far away from this. So I entered, once we triggered above this bar, beautiful bullish bar, prices are right now stalling a little bit. This is not the follow-up bar that you want to see, this pin bar, but everything's been pointing up. And the last time we touched EMA was many hours ago, like 10 hours ago, the last time since we touched the EMA. So this is the first bounce of the EMA since then, and this is a very high probability setup. Prices and traders will be buying the moving average. All right, we are halfway through getting filled. Still, we got like 4 more ticks left. The trade is stalling a little bit, but nevertheless, I feel very confident we can make this trade. So I'm going to pause the video, let you guys know. Alright, prices are getting very close. We're just 1 or 2 ticks away from finally getting filled. The trade has been taking quite some time. But come on, we're just 1 more tick, 2 more ticks. We're probably going to have to tick through the limit order. 1, 2, probably 2 ticks left. Come on. We're very close. 2-legged move to the EMA key entry point in an uptrend. Fell break below this congestion. And we finally got filled. So our main portion, scalp portion, just got filled. And I'm going to be holding this run. I'm moving my stop loss from 1 tick below the signal bar to the break even. And the reason for this is because I don't want to risk any money. I just want to secure what I've earned. And this trade right here is just a bonus, just in case market explodes going higher, which is unlikely, but it can happen. So this right here is just a bonus trade, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm resuming the video, and our runner is probably going to get stopped out because the prices with this break already made a new high. And so this is a perfect price action. Break of a trend line, prices made a new high. This is what I was looking at. And right now prices are reversing. We have a new high right here. We have a first entry long, pullback, second entry long. Once again, a high probability setup, but not in this instance. Why? And we're almost getting stopped, and we got stopped out. But I'm going to talk about this. Why we don't want to take the second entry long, even though it's bounced off the EMA. Well, this is a horrible bearish looking bar. So just taking into consideration this signal bar alone, this is not a good entry. But let's say this would be a nice bullish bar. we cannot take this second entry because the uptrend has finished with this break and a new high. So after prices will make a new high, I'm very, very leery of going long because market may go into correction or possibly straight up reversal. And you guys can see this is a failed second entry long after all the entire move, and prices are continuing working below the EMA. So we may be switching into downtrend, but we may also be going in just temporary correction. Well, this was big move down. So we either may go into trading range or continue working lower. We'll see. And we may have a potential trap setting up right here. The prices, since the new high, prices broke below EMA and prices continue working below EMA. The EMA is pointing lower. Prices made a correction right here to the trend line. This is the first entry short, but it's just a first entry and this is not high probability setup. But once we broke above this bar and then instantly reversed down, this could be a second entry. It would be better if we ticked above these highs and then trapped everybody and continue working lower. But let me see if we can get filled. This is quite a big bar, so I'm going to use my limit order definitely, but we still need to take one tick below this bar. But the prices are right now in a downtrend. And let me get my limit order. I'm gonna play it a little bit safe. Hopefully I don't miss this trade. Let me see. I'm playing it a little bit safe because this is not the ideal setup, because we ticked higher above this bar, but this is just a bearish bar and not that many people are going to go long above this bearish bar. If this was some nice bullish reversal bar, looks like we may get we may get left behind here. Do I need to chase this? Probably have to exit order. Come on. I definitely don't want to chase it because I already feel like this is an aggressive trade. But because if this was a nice bullish bar, that would definitely trap a lot of traders going long into this key entry point, into this trend line. But since it was a bearish bar, not that many people, and I'm going to exit this order, cancel this order, because once you already made a scalp, I don't want to risk prices going back and then reversing on me, because once you make the scalp, you know, the traders already count it as a finished move and they probably won't continue working lower. But we missed this trade, but I still think it was a little bit of aggressive trade. It is below EMA, it is below the trend line, and we tried to make a new high of this uptrend. And by the way, I found this trend line off these lows. You guys can see we kind of we spiked and went into this tiny little channel. If you look at this, like this, and once we made this bounce right here, I put it right here. It fits nicely off these wicks right here, and it confirms prices nicely. So the same thing that happened right here is happening right here. We are in a downtrend now. I'm only thinking for reasons to go short, but not in middle of the nowhere. This is right now the nowhere, far away from key EMA, far away from trend line. I'm only taking the high probability setups at the key entry point right here. I missed this. That's part of trading. I'm just gonna keep following my strategy and we'll see what happens. Prices still continue in a strong bearish downtrend, and there was a lower high trade right here, once again below EMA, off the trend line. But this was once again just the first entry, and we were getting dangerously close to these lows, and I wasn't really feeling going short into these lows right here. But in hindsight, it was a good trade, and you guys can see market is, you know, going lower and lower, selling off big time. So this is a strong downtrend. We are overshooting, so let's see if we have a break of this trend line, because overshoot will a lot of times lead to break on the other side or straight up reversal. We may even reverse from here, because that's what overshoot will do. This is starting to get very oversold, and overshoot will probably make a reversal or break this trend line at least. Here we have a failed break higher of this congestion, and this congestion is the same pattern as the congestion, right here. But the reason why I'm not fading this breakout, even though this would be pretty good because we broke out higher, so we would be fading in the direction with the trend, that this is what we want to do. But I'm not going to take this trade because of the overshoot. Simply because of the overshoot, because if we didn't overshoot this trend line, this would be a good trade to take. Preferably if we were a little bit closer to the EMA, but since we are far away from EMA, But as you guys can see, this is why most of these breakouts of congestion will fail, and you want to fade these. And we are having a lower high setup being formed here. We have a two-legged move up. This is the first leg, pull back, second leg, very close to being measured. We went 1 or 2 ticks higher, but that's very close to being measured. We broke this downtrend working lower. So you know what's probably going to happen. After break of a trend line, prices will retest to make a new extreme. We have this trend line working higher, we have a break and a new high. So when I'm looking at this correction, according to price action rules, should play out. This is a two-legged move up, first entry short, second entry short. I don't want to take this short yet because I think this is still a bit more aggressive, but once we make one more push higher and it looks like it may fail, this is the lower high setup. This high is lower than this one. Lower high setup, this is another chance for you to go short. And if we break below this bar, I'm going to put my limit order. I'm going to put my limit order at the close because I don't want to get left behind just like I did here. So two-legged move up, uptrend played out. Come on, get me filled. We might get left behind here as well. That's unfortunate. If we will make one more tick lower, I'm going to cancel this order. Yeah, I might have to cancel this order. All right, but this is why this trade work. Two-legged move up, first entry short, second entry short. We're still above the EMA. I think it's a little bit aggressive, but a lot of traders are looking to make a new low of this downtrend. We have a little bit of an overshoot, which we overshot on this opposite side, which overshoot will lead to break of a trend line. And yeah, this really sucks getting left behind on 2 trades, but that happens. All right, traders, I'm playing with the idea of taking this short right here, but this is just the first entry, but I think the market is resuming. We have a micro double top right here. We pushed strong bearish move below the EMA. We have a new high right here, first entry long, pullback, second entry long that failed, and a strong big bearish move below the EMA. We pull back and we confirm the EMA, that the EMA is holding prices, and a big bearish reversal bar. This is definitely not high probability setup, but I still think that the downtrend is so strong and we're now below EMA. A lot of bulls got trapped here. With this second entry long, you would be expecting for prices to keep working higher, and we're getting very close, and we got filled. Perfect. So I'm going to mark this trade. This was the second trade. I may be a little bit too aggressive since I missed these 2 trades, but you know, everything is still in line. We still didn't make a new low. Now we made a new low. Let me see. Now we made a new low. Strong downtrend. We're below EMA now. We pull back to the EMA. Big bearish reversal bar. Hopefully we can get a runner. My next target would be potentially here or way down here. We could make a measured move down to here, but you know, this is exactly what happens if you just follow simple price action. This is not complicated. We have a trend line working higher, two-legged move up, two-legged move down, and we're expecting to make a new high. We have a downtrend working lower, and we got stopped out. Never mind. We have this downtrend working lower, we have a break and move to the new low. This is how price action works. It's simple. Just wait for the high probability setups at the key entry point and you will be much safer. Alright guys, so time is 10:13 Central Standard Time, and the similar pattern that happened right here happened even right here, because we have a new low right here, first entry short, pull back, second entry short, and look how it failed. But it failed only because prices already make a new low with this break, new low, same thing right here. We have a break, new high. So you always want to be trying to trade the pullbacks with the trend. You don't want to be one of those beginner traders who see all this move happen. They're scared to go short up here, and then after already this big move happened with the break and a new low, they want to go short after all of that happened. You cannot trade like this. You have to be a little bit more, you have to follow what's counterintuitive, because the market hasn't proved you yet what's going to do, and that's exactly how you need to trade it. Once the market has proven what is probably happening, it's already way too late. So, but Yeah, we have a break and a new low. Market is looking like it's reversing. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been quite a long day. Just two trades. Could have been much more than that, but that comes with the territory of using limit orders. But I like to be a little more safe, so I don't mind missing trades as long as I make my risk smaller. That's fine with me. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.